What's up, y'all? This is another episode of Talk That Sport. It's Jordan Jones back at it again with CJ Jones. Say what's up to the people.
What's up?
Let's go. We got another fascinating sports talk debate show. A little bit of nonsense, a little bit of fun. Okay, it's not really a debate. Well, yeah, because
I think it's a show about nonsense that has some slight debates and a lot of bullshit in it. That's what I think our show is perfectly crafted as.
Yeah, so I said, so we did some rebranding, if y'all can't tell, with the new intro, our new logos. I hope that you enjoy it.
Wait, we had a new intro song?
No, not the new intro song. But
I was like, Jordan, that sounds like the same song.
No, for the people that watch this live or watch it on YouTube, you get to see the new branding that plays while the music plays. It's pretty awesome. I like it. I've been playing around some different stuff. Yeah, and so on our Instagram now, I say we're part nonsense, part debate, because that's what we are. You know, we normally shoot the shit for about 10, 15 minutes, and then we actually get into some sports talk.
Yeah.
Have some heated conversations. Yeah.
I don't think we haven't had a heated one. Like, okay, last week, the Gordon Hayward one. I rewatched that podcast the other day with Muffin, and she was like, "You really don't like this Gordon Hayward guy." I was like, "It's not that I don't like Gordon Hayward. I just don't think he's like that good." He's better.
Yeah, I would say
like he can beat me in a basketball game.
Yeah. I would say last week was
this first week we had a debate in a while.
Yeah, most heated debate conversation that we had in a while. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I got to talk some LeBron James. I don't get to brag enough about him on the show, so definitely enjoyed watching it.
So that's good. I mean, I was happy. So you're gonna get a little debate, a little bit of nonsense. But Jordan, let's start out with nonsense. How you been doing, brother?
Man, I've been good. You know. Went to the DF Dub last week. Got to hang out with you on your B-Day. Your lovely wife did a little surprise for you. That was fun.
That was actually a pretty good surprise.
Good. Yeah, it was. I liked it.
Because I knew y'all was up to some shit, but I didn't know what y'all was up to. Mm-hmm. I thought you were up to some shit. I didn't know my wife was up to some shit.
For my listeners, CJ is like the easiest person to surprise, because he had no idea that we were planning anything. And I was just like, yeah, we're going to go. I didn't even have to tell him what we were doing. So that's the great thing. I didn't have to actually fake plan anything. I was just like, oh, yeah, we're going to go out to something sports related. Wear a jersey. That's all I told him. And he was ready to go. We walked around.
Well, because I'm a let's go. Well, okay, first of all, let's set the scene, right? So my in-laws come in town. And by I say in-laws, I mean fucking family popped in town, which I love them. I was so excited. We don't get to see them that often, that close, and like all of us don't ever get to be in the same room. So like my brother-in-law Pumpkin was here, Nan, his kids, my nieces, my nephew, my sister-in-law, both my sister-in-law. So my mother-in-law was here. So like everybody's in my crib, and I'm like, all right, cool. They told me a couple weeks back they were coming up for my sister-in-law's family thing. She got a sister live in DFW. So I'm like, all right, whatever, you know. So Saturday, me and Muff get up. We built some stuff for a customer, and then Muff's like, she got to go help Kiana with something. And then my brother-in-law's like, hey, we're going to my sister's thing right now. So I'm like, bet, whatever. And I look around the house, and there's just me, and Texas just lost. So I'm a little depressed already, and I'm like, it's just me and my facilities, bruh. So I watch the movies. I'm in my boxers, and the Jordan's like, I'm coming. I'm like, all right, whatever. Get dressed. Like, it was easy. Like, you tell me going somewhere. If I'm bored and everybody left me, I'm definitely going to go. So, that's what happens.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. It was a nice little fun surprise. It was nice getting to hang out, play some dominoes. Although, man, I played, I don't know who it was. I can't remember who it was. We played against them, and they kicked our tail. Like, they had all the right moves.
Wait, you talking about me and you? Were you on my team?
No, I wasn't on your team. I was on the other team that beat you. I'm talking about No, it was JR, I think.
Who?
Yeah, I think RJ or JR maybe. I don't know the name, honestly. I don't remember. Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of people. There were some people I didn't know there. So I couldn't help you out.
Yeah, I don't know, but they played and they were really good. I think one of them
was he with a girl?
No, nah. But yeah, whoever it was, we played against them and they were playing some. I've never seen people be so defensive when it came to dominoes in my life. Like normally everybody is like, I mean, normally when you don't have anything, you're playing low. They had stuff and they were purposely just not playing it.
They're defensive players.
Yeah,
they don't want to get beat.
I hate that. You're playing not to lose, you're not playing to win. That's not the way I play.
Look, Jordan, to be honest, if Christian had played like that in our game, we might have won.
Yeah,
first of all, I started playing. I kept scoring off of Christian, and I was his partner. That's the bad part because my brother-in-law would score off Christian, and I score off my brother-in-law. Best part about that, I started playing dominoes way too intoxicated though. I was I want to say 10 shots in, and had a bunch of Jello shots, and I'm still taking shots at the table while drinking a bottle. I may have rearranged the table dominoes like 4 or 5 times.
Yes, you did.
So
that part was not pleasant.
Experience, though.
Yeah, it was. You missed out on the golf on Sunday. It was a lot of fun with Christian.
I was getting enough golf.
Yeah,
I wanted to go. Like I wanted to do the Facebook, the Instagram live, but Jordan switched plans on me and plans a 9 a.m. golf trip after me drinking all night. All night. I drank to 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. I was not getting no golf. I was hugging the porcelain.
Y'all, our little brother came into town to surprise CJ.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
It was part of the surprise. I couldn't just have him show up at the golfing with us Saturday morning. That would ruin everything. So we had to do it on Sunday.
I do admit, because Christian was like, "Oh, I'm sending you a present. I'll be there Monday." So I'm like, "Whatever." He bought me a present, which I was totally surprised. Christian never bought. Yeah. Speaking of that, it's right here on my list of books. My little brother hooked me up with the Mamba Mentality book. I've already started reading on it. Kobe, he hits different now, so I'm going to have to read that book. You know, we'll unpack the conversation probably at the end of the season. So we'll wait till there's a champion crown, give some weeks to breathe, and unpack the Kobe conversation one day.
I'm down for it. Yeah. So I mean, what's up with you? Other than I know you celebrated your birthday last week, you had some fun over the weekend. What else is up?
Bro, I've done nothing. Like. Sunday, we watched football, depressed. I got my first fantasy win. That's all that matters.
There we go.
I was super excited about that. And I was Todd Gurley. Still almost out of way to fuck. I ain't mean to cuss. I'm dang. I was trying to do the whole show without cussing. Well, that word, not shit and stuff. That doesn't count. But Todd Gurley, who did nothing in the first half, had 2 points. I was like, okay, I'm up 18. I got Mason Crosby, just needs some field goals, and we're good. And the next day I know it was 122, 136. Then it's 129, 136. I'm like, and then they were driving in the red zone. And I was like, how about to lose? Like, 0-4, here I come. But Matt Ryan, my savior, threw up interception in the red zone. And Aaron Rodgers, my other savior, ran the clock all the way out for me. So I was excited. I got the win. The 2 worst teams in the league face off this week. Me and Kenzie. I'm 1-3. She's 0-4. So we're like the Cowboys and Giants right now. We're literally going to be the Cowboys and Giants matchup this week. We both have a lot of injuries, but I'm hope there's a way I can still pull us out. That's what I'm hoping. So that's all that's up with me, man. That's all that's up with me. What you drinking today, bro?
I am drinking lemonade. I do not have alcohol today. I honestly didn't feel like drinking. My allergies are killing me. I'm just not in the mood to drink. So, yeah, you're getting completely sober Jordan on this show tonight.
You would be thinking that you're the 30-year-old in this group.
I know, right? For real.
But Jordan,
what you drinking on?
I'm along with you. I'm just drinking a Coke today. When have you ever known me drink Coke? I'm drinking Coke.
Okay.
And some Gentleman Jack from my other brother. The other president has come out. Jordan got your boy a bottle of Gentleman Jack. So I am drinking some of that today. Sponsors need a Coke. Gentleman Jack, hire me. I can do a crazy ad for you.
I'm going to be honest. Like half of the reason, other than like my allergies, we don't have anything to mix anything with. And so I was like, yeah, I'll just drink lemonade.
Okay, so that happened, Jordan, with us, right? So like when family comes to town, we go get some chicken. It's like when you got that many people in town, you're like, what the fuck you can go get? It's chicken. It's cheapest thing you can get. Go get like 40 some pieces from Lisa's, some sides, And I go to the liquor store, right? And I'm like thinking, me and Muff don't have mixers at the house. So I had to go to like Fiesta. I got cranberry juice, cran apple. I got pineapple juice, lemonade. I had a bunch of random stuff. And let's say we from that night, we only have like a half a bottle of Bacardi left. And we went to some bottles that night. Just it's sitting on the porch. So that was a very fun experience. So let's get into this week's show. Hey, 11 minutes.
You
That's
ready?
a record. We did good this week.
I know. We actually didn't have like any sidetrack conversations to start the show.
Trust me, I almost went there a couple times. I tried. That's why I'm pulling myself into this week's show.
Yeah. Normally we get into something else that has nothing to do with what we plan on talking about, and that's what keeps us busy for like 20 minutes. But
I could have talked about 15 minutes about these doors in my background. So for those watching on the live feed, all right, or on the video on YouTube, I have these doors. I am redoing my doors in my house, and I had children here this week, and I had these doors in the hallway. And I think it was a very safe thing for my nephew to be crawling around and the door be able to crush him. So I moved these into the room, and I have not put them up, and they're still in my background. So don't make fun of me for my doors being in the background, all right? But they're nice doors.
Right.
Like these are nice 6-panel doors. I'm just letting everybody know that. Okay, see, we're in sidetrack conversation. There it goes.
I know. Yeah. So let's hop on into the show. So the Seattle Storm have won their 4th WNBA championship.
How are you going to take my subject away from me? I didn't know you ran women ball too.
Hey y'all, this is another segment of Women Ball 2 brought to you by Jordan Jones, sponsored by Minute Maid Lemonade. Not kidding.
Continue.
Yeah, so the Seattle Storm, they won their 4th WNBA championship, led on the back of Breanna Stewart, who won her 2nd NBA Finals MVP. She played a great series. They played great games. It was good. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it, so I'm gonna pass over to CJ because I know he watched it.
Did you watch any minute of the series?
Okay.
No, Jordan, I want to hear the shit. It's on ESPN 2.
Okay. No, that's
it's on ESPN 2. What's my shirt say?
You can't even read it, so all right.
What's my shirt say?
Put women's sports on TV. What
did they do with the WNBA finals?
They put it on TV. Okay, can I tell you what was going on in my life and why I didn't get it done?
I bet you watched the finals game.
Yes. Actually, I didn't even watch it yesterday. I've missed 2 of the NBA finals games.
Right,
here's what's going on in my life. Y'all, this is my last week of my courses for my master's. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I have double the coursework that I'm in right now. So I am extremely busy doing homework like all the time now. And I just haven't had a lot of time to watch stuff. On top of that, honestly, I've gotten kind of sports dehydrated, I guess not dehydrated, sports overhydrated. Yeah, I'm exhausted. Like there's just so many sports on TV that I actually enjoy watching all the time. Like normally in the fall, I don't really watch basketball. I normally watch it. I watch the Mavericks, but that's about it. And then I watch everybody else starting in the spring once football is done.
At this point, you're not even watching basketball. It's preseason. Right?
I know. I know. So it's like I'm so tired. Think about like you talk about like every day of the week. Like you got football on Sundays and Mondays, and then you got college football on Saturdays, and you got basketball on like every other day. Hockey just ended, and of course I was watching for the Stars. Like man, I just didn't feel like watching any more sports. Like I love the game. I love basketball, but I just haven't been able to do it. I've been keeping up with scores though. That's how I knew. I've been watching the stats and stuff. I just haven't actually watched the basketball games. Sorry.
Jordan, I will not accept your excuse. You are a host of a sports podcast that we have a segment called Women Ball 2. I expect for you to at least watch a game or 2. At least. Okay. Jordan, what was it? Okay, I'm not even talking about you no more because this is a Women Ball 2 segment. And I got to give props to the whole Seattle Storm. One of the most dominant runs we've seen in NBA postseason history. They went 6-0. They did not get beat at all. They played the MVP, Asia Ball. Her team, not so much. But this could be a finals rematch next year, too. Because Asia is without her number 2 and Liz Cambage. So look, this could be a rematch in next year's finals. So that's something I'll be looking for. They can be 1-2 again this season. But like, I just want to shout out. Look, that whole team is loaded. All right, Jewel Lloyd, Jordan Canada, Sue Bird in her 16th year, 4 championships, 16. She's come only the 10th player to win 4 championships. The Seattle Storm become only the 3rd franchise to win 4 championships. Jordan, can you name the other 2?
Why are you doing this to me?
I'm just asking. We have my original favorite team, the Houston Comets, who folded in 2007. They won 4 titles consecutively, all right, to start the WNBA off. And then you have the Minnesota Lynx, who won every other year from. Oh yeah. You could have guessed that.
I could have guessed that one. I would have guessed the Sparks for the other one.
Sparks have 3.
Okay.
They have 3. So.
Really? Only 3?
They only have 3.
So Lisa Leslie, she has
1. She had 2.
She had 2. So Candace Parker only has 1.
Yeah. She's only been in 1 championship game. She lost to the conference final twice. Like Candace Parker, if you look at her early career, if you look at like how they were, like she was like the next big thing. She was the next big, right? But the talent, she was the beginning of the evolution of talent in women's basketball. Not saying the people that came before her were scrubs, like Simone Augustus, all of them were good. But like that evolution of like the game, like the stretch forward, the player, the ball, the point forward in the women's game. What's Candace Parker? You got Angel McCosker next year, so she was on the front end of that. So about time she had developed, even though she won MVP in her rookie year and the rookie of the year. About time that team had developed around her, where they were championship materials. The Lynx had already built the roster to contain her with Maya Moore. You had Indiana. You had so many different contenders in the league. And you had Diane Taurasi and Brittany Griner and Phoenix. So she had it bad. Now there's no conferences, which helps her out a little bit. She get in, but they missed Sinead this year. So I think Candace get one more. I hope she can get one more. Like I really Candace. She's one of my favorite players in WNBA, if not my favorite. So from that part, but no. So that's the 1 ball 2 segment I have for today. Jordan stepped on it today, but it's all good. So I will step on your segment, Jordan. Whose jersey are you rocking today? I know it's not a Cowboys jersey. We know for sure, for damn sure, it's not a Cowboys jersey. So whose jersey you rocking? It better not be Dak Prescott, or I'll fucking hit you. You don't have a jersey.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
All that dancing, I don't damn jersey.
For those of y'all listening, I want to speak to the listeners directly here. Okay. So, I did not know that we were doing this segment today, and so I literally
posted on Instagram.
Yeah, but you did not tell me when we did our show prep earlier that we were doing this segment, so I did not prep for it. But, you know, part of this show, like I said, we half wing it half the time anyways. So whose jersey I'm rocking this week, I got to go with Dak Prescott. Hear me out. Okay, and out of the craziness and disaster that is the Dallas Cowboys right now, he is our one shining light, the guy that I said deserves $40 million and the respect of everybody around the league. Dude has set himself up to get pizzade. For all y'all that were thinking that he wasn't good enough, oh yeah, he only gets numbers in garbage time. First of all, and people have been saying this around Twitter, which I completely agree with, if garbage time actually existed and that was actually a legitimate stat, one, if they're running prevent defense and Dak gets most of his yardage in garbage time, why is he leading the league in 20-plus passing yards and touchdowns of 20 yards or more? Additionally, if garbage time existed and players really played that well during garbage time, why are more quarterbacks not putting up the numbers that Dak does? We're talking about 3 straight games where he's passed for over 450 yards. He just passed for 502 yards last game with 4 touchdowns. I can't remember off the top of my head. Either way, dude's playing amazing. I would like to see him secure the ball a little bit more. Last game, I'm not going to kill him for because he had 2 turnovers last game. The fumble was completely not his fault.
Fumble was his fault. Yeah. He should hold on to the damn ball.
He couldn't hold. The guy, Myles Garrett.
The guy came from behind him. Right. You feel the pressure. As soon as you see somebody tap a shoulder, you tuck the ball. Hold on to the goddamn football.
He didn't even like Myles Garrett. This is how great Myles Garrett is. He didn't even touch Dak Prescott. He literally just came and just like boop, knocked the ball right out.
Strong
like
hands.
Hit the ball.
Strong hands. I want to hear Jordan. I want to hear.
Okay.
I want to hear.
Either way, it's still not his fault. Like if the lineman actually did his job and protected him, which goes on the coaching because they shouldn't have had that guy in there in the first place. And then 2, when it comes to his interception at the end of the game, Amari Cooper completely stopped running his route. Now I wouldn't have thrown it into double coverage. I would have waited for CeeDee Lamb. But at the end of the day, and I was saying this when we were watching the game the other day. For all of y'all that are giving Dak Prescott crap for the points that were put up on them and why the offense couldn't move the ball. First of all, they were up 14-7. After that 14-7 drive, he passed 2 more times before they were down 38-14. And they came on. So he had the drop back when he fumbled it, the next possession. And then that next drive, when Cleveland went down and scored, the next drive Zeke fumbles on the first play. Dak didn't even get to make a pass. The drive after that, when he actually had a shot, his next pass was a drop by Tony Pollard, which would have been good for like 15, 20 yards if he just held onto the football. And then on a 3rd down and like 17 after a false start on their center, which when does that ever happen? And so he didn't even get to touch it then. And so then they go down and score it again. And then after that, they get the ball at they get the ball at the other side of the half and score again after that. And so it's, he's down by an irreparable number at that point before he can even, get to the game. So get back in the game. So
look.
I'm not going to kill him. Dude is balling out.
I am a Dak defender. But Jordan, that's some true Homer shit right there. Like, of all these players doing great shit in the world, you pick the quarterback of a 1-3 team. Not Patrick Mahomes, not Lamar, not Lamar who had a 63-yard touchdown. Not Russell Wilson. Not like Jordan. I can find, if you want a quarterback, I can find you, Jordan. You didn't even pick your boy, the ancient one, Mr. I can barely throw the ball. And this is Tom Brady. You pick Dakota Prescott. Look, I ain't trying to be no aggregator or nothing, but look, I ain't picking no dude that got me Sundays not wanting to watch football. All right, I love Dak. The Cowboys are hurting my heart right now, but I'm gonna talk about what jerseys I'm rocking. It's a very easy one. If you're seeing my page, if you're seeing us on Instagram, follow Instagram Talk to Sport Podcast. It's Breonna Damn Stewart, all right? Breonna, the baby goat Stewart, all right? The reason it's Breonna Stewart, right? I forgot Breonna Stewart was that girl. I really did, right? She last year she tears Achilles overseas, playing basketball overseas. She doesn't play the season last year. Washington wins, and we go into the season forgetting that the last year Breonna Stewart was healthy. They were pretty dominant in the season, all right? The Seattle team did not have Sue Bird last year, didn't have Breonna Stewart. At parts time, didn't have Jordan Canada, right? Now, we go into this season, and Breonna didn't have an MVP-style season. She had a great season, but she wasn't good as Asian season. But when that playoff hit, she was ready to go. So, this is Breonna. Put some respect on my name, Stewart. The second greatest college player to ever play the game. She's still not better than Cheryl Miller. Just never gonna get that past me. But man, she's putting the application to be the greatest woman basketball player of all time. WNBA player of all time. She's still got a long way to go for me, in my opinion. But if you're looking at a WNBA player that can have a Jordan-esque reign, it could be Breonna Stewart. And that's not me overreacting. That's not me. But if you think the way that team is built, even after Sue Bird retires, if she plays 1 or 2 more years, you have Jordan Canada right behind her. You still have Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd, if she's smart, she's not going anywhere. Jewel's going to keep this money and keep winning titles in Seattle. It's a good, wonderful place to live. And then you have Alicia Clark, one of the best defenders in the league. You have Howard, who is one of the best defenders in the league. So you have a deep team. And then eventually this team is going to be the team that if they get 2 more titles, them players like the Skylar Diggins of the world and the Angel McCoughtry's, or those players that Sylvia Fowles, players that have been in the league in their 10 plus years who are won another ring or want to be in Styler's like I want to play on a title team.
Mm-hmm.
Those are players that'll start taking on minimal deals to go play in Seattle. And
Sure.
so like if we and all she did in college was win. So it would surprise me. She rang out, next decade she can ring out, 4 or 5 more titles. I mean, but the league is full of dogs right now. In Asia, everybody wants to play with Asia. Everybody wants to play for Bill. I'm not a big Mercury fan. Like I'm not gonna stay on them too long. So, but there's a lot of teams like Chicago building up. So, but if you had to ask me if there was a player that I think can have a Jordan-esque type of run, it's definitely Breonna Stewart because she's a killer by nature. That's if Paige Buchers comes on the scene in a couple years. All right, the only you got player I'm rooting for is Paige Buchers, guys. Shout out to Paige.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So as we're talking about greatness, and that was the right one. As we're talking about greatness, and whose jersey we're rocking. Sorry, guys, I'm like spacing out today. I don't know what's going on with me.
Jordan, get it together.
Y'all bear with me, guys. I promise I will be on my A game. I know it sounds like it. No, I'm good. Yeah. So, spoiler alert. You can already guess whose jersey I'm rocking next week. It is going to be LeBron James. Yeah. As he gets his 4th NBA championship, because I'm going to tell y'all now, the Heat do not have a chance to come back and win this game. They do not. You're just going to have to sit back, relax, and just wait for LeBron to be crowned King James again. I think it happens as soon as when they play again tomorrow. Friday. Whenever they play again, Friday. It's over. He's going to be crowned, and I said this going into this that they didn't really have a chance. You were like they were the best match team for them. Granted, Bam Adebayo got hurt in the first game.
Goran Dragic
got hurt in the first game.
All the players that I pointed out that would be crucial in this series. I did. I at least make sure mine wasn't a bad take.
But they were down like 20, 30 points before they even got hurt. So it's not like they were. Yeah, they were.
Goran got hurt in the second quarter, and they were pretty. It was still pretty close. Then Jimmy, Bam got hurt in the second quarter, and he got really hurt in the third quarter.
Wow.
And then Jimmy rolled his ankle in game 1. So it was, and then the players Jordan, all the players I picked out to do well, right? I didn't say I said Lakers in 6, right? But all the players they picked out, Tyler was not there for game 1. Duncan Robinson couldn't hit a fucking side of a barn. No, Duncan Robinson was so bad in game 1. He couldn't hit the ocean. He was standing on the beach. All right, I'm telling you right now, he hit sand. So that's what I felt about it. But for me, I should have thought that I should have known the NBA was going to be kind of rigged a little bit. It's going to be too good of a story. Rigged. No, not rigged. Jordan, let me finish my point before you say something. It was going to be too good of a story for the Lakers not to win in 5. I should have took the money on 5. Why 5, Jordan? Why do I think they'll win in 5? Because what are they going to wear on Friday? They're wearing those Mamba jerseys. And no way in hell, if the line was plus 20 on the Lakers, I'd put $1,000 on it. All right. No way in hell LeBron is gonna lose that game. It don't matter how good Jordan, Bam could come out and play like Wilt Chamberlain. Jimmy Butler could turn into Dwayne Wade circa 2006. All right. Tyler Hero turned to Reggie Miller. Lakers by 20. All right, I'm taking it. They're gonna blow their asses out because I don't know. I want to see it. It'll be a great story. It'll be a great ending to a story. I'll be excited to see it. I think Bron. It puts Bron. It doesn't put him on a like. Bill Simmons said it best, right? We gotta start looking at these players like greatest of all time, but greatest of eras, which is true. You have to because. If we talk about like the thing with Jordan is he got 6 rings, but Bill Russell has 11. All right, so Robert Horry has 5. We can count rings; it's different.
Tim Duncan got 5.
Tim Duncan got 5. So, but Bill was the best player in his era. I'm stealing this from Bill. Look, don't sue me. I'm stealing. Bill Simmons of the BS podcast just came out yesterday. Said this, and I'm just repeating this for audience thing. Bill said. You had Russell in the 60s. Then you had Chamberlain And you mean well, not James. You got Kareem for 15 more years. You got Jordan for 10.
Yeah,
best player in the NBA about 10 years. About 10 years, the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
I would say because you can't count 2 years he left. Can't count 2 years he left.
Okay, then you got 10. I'd say by 88, he really was
88, 89, he was best. So like 10, it's an 8-year stretch. 8 years out of 10. He was the best player in the NBA. The best player in the league, right? And then you have then after that, you really don't have a space for like because Kobe wasn't the greatest player in the NBA yet. Shaq was the most dominant player in the NBA, but Shaq was not the guy. And then it goes, so we go into Wilderland, and then Kobe becomes the best player from 2000. The best offensive player, the best, not the best winner. 03 to 06, and then it's been LeBron for 13 years. Mm-hmm. Like LeBron that was his first MVP season. That's the year he drugged the Cavs to the finals. It was
07 was the year he went to the finals.
Yeah, I'm saying. Oh, you saying 06?
I'm talking about like 05, 06 was about when he became the best player.
I won't say his defining "I'm here" moment was the Detroit series. So like for me it's 07.
Okay,
that's when I get there with Bron. That's his first 60-win season. Yeah, that's when Bron puts that team on his back. Like so that for me, that's mine. So like we have to. So Bron puts himself in a different place. Bron's changed the way NBA is. Right, he's changed the way like free agents value themselves, how the change of movements. He's changed the way athletes take care of their body because now you have all these young players coming in who are like, you notice there's more players staying fit now, staying in game shape, spending so much money on their bodies that may not retain them because once they used to get paid, you used to be like, I got paid, I'm $100 million richer. Now you got dudes that are gonna get $200-$300 million contracts. Al Horford has had $300 million contracts. Now he's not in the best of shape, but and then for somebody like he's had the longest prime of any professional athlete there's ever. Because even now, even though he's got a slight decline, he's still the best player in the NBA. Yeah, he's still the best leader in the NBA. He's at the top of his game. Yeah. And like for like me to put KD or Giannis or Kawhi up there, they're going to snatch it from LeBron. And this was Kawhi's year to do that. Like if like for all the Kawhi detractors saying, "Oh, LeBron's not the best, Kawhi's the best." This was the year Kawhi could have snatched it because Kawhi could have did what LeBron's about to do in a game or two. He could have been the first player to win 3 championships on 3 of his teams. He could have unseated the Beast and the Lakers. He could have probably ended that dynasty before he even started. He could have got Anthony Davis to leave and go somewhere else after losing to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Giannis could have did it this year, but Giannis fell short. And Giannis could have been in the finals and took that off of him. But it's only those two. It's only those 2 players. There's nobody else close enough to him right now, and that's crazy to think of a 36-year-old NBA player to be that far ahead of everybody else in the group. Yeah, like you're gonna have to talk about LeBron in a different reverence if he wins this title. I'm gonna say if because there's still a chance. Miracles do happen.
Yeah, true.
Now that's one thing that can't happen in this finals. LeBron cannot blow because if he blows this 3-1 lead, that 3-1 lead, the Warriors blew will be erased from the history of time. We will never remember 2016 Cavs. The team came at 3-1. There's like, that's the team LeBron won. But do you remember in 2020 when LeBron lost to? It was up 3-1. Yeah, and they would have. Yeah, so like that's something he can't do.
He won't. And here's the thing with LeBron. Like, and this is where I separate him from guys like KD and Kawhi and Giannis. And this is where I put him when you're looking at all-time greats and guys like Michael Jordan, which I still think Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time. LeBron James is the greatest athlete of all time. And I specify the difference because you can see what LeBron is doing over his longevity, something that we've never seen. Like he's in his 17th NBA season and he's still, he averaged 25 points a game, 7.8 rebounds and 10 assists this year. That and this is a decline for him. In the finals, yeah.
He led
in
the
the
league
finals, exactly. In the finals, he's averaging 26.5 points per game, 9 assists. Like he's shooting 51% from the field, 53% from 3-point. Like the thing that people dog on him for, he's shooting 53% from 3. Like this is when it's on the line and you need somebody to pick up the slack and carry that team, LeBron's going to do it. He's played with garbage his entire career. And people are going to, knock this championship because, he's playing against the Heat. No, LeBron is locked in. He finally has somebody that he can actually play with that's going to actually supplement him and play well in the series. And we've seen, AD played well in the first 2 games. AD has not been all that special in the last 2 games. I know the other night he had 22 points, but he did not look as sharp as he did in the first 2 games. LeBron James, still looking great, still balling
out. That's why I want to stop all the AD. Like after the first 2 games, it was like, AD for MVP is going to be a discussion. I'm like, all right, first of all, let's get to the end of the series and see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Third of all, LeBron's been the only Laker to show up in all 4 games. I know he had 8 turnovers in the 3rd game. He had 5 last night. I mean, look, when you're putting a team on your back, if we look at Kobe in Game 7, he had like 10 turnovers. If we look at some of these players, you look at Jordan. If you look at Jordan, they turn over the ball. When they get to the space where I'm trying to win it, I'm trying to do too much. So I can feel LeBron's trying to do that. And I felt like he was getting frustrated with his team. And they're not performing the way I do. But Bron has been 20, 25 in the first game, 33 in the second game. Didn't he have a triple double in the first game or second game? 1 or 2. And then
second game, he had a 30-point triple double.
Third game, he still puts up 26. And in the 4th game, he goes. Last night he goes for almost throws up a triple double. But I've never seen
did throw up a triple double. Here's his or no, he didn't. Sorry,
no, he didn't.
He was close. Here's his stats for the 4 games in this series. So you have 25 points, 9 assists, and 13 rebounds in the first game. 33 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. So he was 1 point off on the triple double there. In game 2, 25, 8, and 10 in game 3, and then 28, 8, and 12. If this is a guy that's slowing down, anybody in the world will want this person on their team as their star to lead them for the next 10 years based on these numbers. It is just ridiculous how this guy can perform at such a high level, but he knows what's at stake. And this is why you see him, why you saw him letting AD take the lead during the regular season, because he knows AD can perform that way. But when it comes to the playoffs and you need to go out and win games, guess what? LeBron is going to help you out, put you on his back. All he needs you to do is, if he passes you the ball, make the shot. That's all you got to do as his teammate, and he's shown that. And so I'm not worried. The Lakers are going to wrap this series up, and then we're going to be good to go. Yeah. I'm going to commend the NBA for what they did with the bubble. They're clearly handling COVID better than anybody else is in the world. So props to them. But I really want to get into some football talk. And right now in the NFL, they have a COVID problem. We just had this morning – 2 more Tennessee Titans players test positive. We had a player from the Raiders test positive. We had Stephon Gilmore with the Patriots test positive. CJ, what the heck is going on?
Look, it's okay. So look, I will say this. It comes from a sense of arrogance from the NFL. All right? We can contain this. We can have fans say, and I don't think it's a problem with the fans. Don't get it started with the fans. Yeah. That's a whole different thing. What I think it is, y'all could have contained this. You didn't have to put yourself in a bubble. Y'all didn't have to put your team we're going to put all the teams in one area. We're going to play football this way, right? We're going to play it over the course of 3 days. Or we're going to play in 4 different satellite cities. You could have did that. Or you could have just bubbled your team. And that's what the NFL refused to do. All this money the NFL owners have, you couldn't rent out a 4 seasons. You couldn't rent out a resort. And you can't do that. Jordan, I used to work at a hotel in Dallas, right next to the Cowboys stadium, Lowe's, right? Walk to the stadium. You tell me they couldn't rent that out for the season? No in and out. Some they can contain. Some they can keep the players in. Yeah, it's gonna make the players. Hey, you getting paid millions of dollars to play football. I know people hate the argument, but if you didn't want to play in these conditions, you don't play. Opt out. But if you want to play, these are the rules. You're not going to be going to parties. You're not the Raiders players over and up. Did two Raiders test positive at the event?
Yeah.
They were at the event. They got in trouble last week for being at an event with no mask.
Yeah. You know the funny thing about the Raiders? So they thought that they literally are about to challenge the NFL on getting fined because they said the NFL doesn't have the authority to do that for breaking COVID protocols. And then the day after that news story comes out, you have the guy test positive. And now you're like, no, stupid. We're trying to stop y'all from spreading this thing so I can actually play. So you know what? Here's what I think. Because I'm not going to kill the MLB because I think that it's on the team to take control of your situation to manage COVID, because this isn't like a league-wide issue, I don't think, just yet. But I think that the teams, specifically the Tennessee Titans, there needs to start being some penalties in place. And I think it starts with forfeiting games.
Yeah.
Start knocking their record and see what happens.
If I'm the Bills, I don't want to play them.
Nope.
If you can't get your shit under control, I don't want to play you. Like, am I risk we're undefeated. Our quarterbacks have a hell of a season. And y'all can't handle y'all shit enough to get it under control. It's been 3 weeks we've been doing this with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm
still have players testing positive, y'all still out showing up to like doing workouts together outside of the facility.
Yeah. If I'm the Bills, I'm like, fuck that. Now the Patriots, even with Stephon testing positive, right? Mm-hmm. I've liked the way I've heard the Patriots have taken care of it. Mm-hmm. Testing the people, keeping the players that were supposed to cam away from the rest of the team, taking 2 different planes to different cities, testing extensively. Like, I can see, like, Cam had a reaction. And for all we know, like, from what I see when I follow Cam on social media, like, he's held it pretty good. Like, he's done his job. We don't know where Cam got it from. Cam could have got it from just the barista at Starbucks. Yeah. But, like, from what I see, I don't know if Cam's out here living reckless. If he is, whatever. Yeah. But like teams like the Raiders and teams like the Titans, and like there's certain players that just don't get it. And I feel like the only way they can get it, NFL owners will understand if Goodell starts like, you're forfeiting the season. And that's why I think that call was so important. But I hope they don't cave, right? Mm-hmm. If you're Goodell, I'm on the contract for the next 5 years. You can't fire me. You can't fire me. Like, fuck it. You lose this week. Yeah. Get your shit together. Yeah. And
I think there's some precedence for this. I'd have to fact check me, please, people, because I'm not 100% positive. But I'm pretty sure the MLS did something similar. They had some issues with some teams that were having people test positive. Yeah, but they removed them from that tournament, so they forfeited those games.
But it was like, but soccer's so different in
I know,
because it's a tournament, and then there was still a season afterward. So it's I get what you're saying. I think if you're an NFL fan, which we both are, you have to hope the NFL is able, like if I'm the NFL, if I'm a front office person for the NFL, for a team, I'm calling the front offices for MLB. Right? And I'm like, how the fuck did y'all get it down? I'm calling the Marlins and be like, how did y'all get this stuff under control? What did y'all do? Looking for ideas. I'm going to research and try to figure out how we can do this. And then if I'm Roger Goodell, I then adopt the playoff format that the MLB is doing. Definitely. Satellite cities. Like, we're not traveling across country. We're not doing this. We're like, I know we have private jets. We're not doing it. What we're going to do, we're going to play first round. 2 teams are playing in Seattle. 2 teams are playing pick the new states. 1 team's playing in LA. 1 playing in Las Vegas. And put some on the East Coast. All right? I don't know what new states. 1 team's playing in Atlanta.
They always do like Tampa Bay or Miami.
So like you have 3 games, 6 games. So pick 3 different cities on each side. 6 different cities. No, you don't need to do all that. You can put them all in one.
You just put them in 2 settings. Yeah.
You put them in one set. You play 2 games on the weekend because only 3 games going on the first weekend. Yeah. So you put them in one stadium. 2 people play on Saturday. 2 people. One place plays on Saturday. Yeah. 2 people don't play on Sunday. Like you have to kind of like. I get it, home play. You want to be there in your stadium. You want to be there in your But like most NFL owners are losing money on stadiums anyway. This is something you got to deal with until we were able to like get this under control of this country, and this not being politics. It's not being political. Not politics. There you go. Political. This is not being political. This is not taking any stances. I'm not telling people to wear a damn mask because you should wear your goddamn mask. But look, people, the shit ain't under control, and the NFL is a microcosm of America sometimes. All right, so, and this scares me because if you follow some of these other players on Twitter and you follow Instagram, some of them be out here living reckless, all right, and they don't care. So I don't know. Like, look, hit the pockets. The thing that will hurt NFL players, other than NFL teams, more than forfeits. I can deal without forfeits, but you don't mess with them pockets or you mess with them draft picks. If you tell Tennessee Titans they miss another game, you taking a draft pick, the first round pick away from them, I bet they get that shit right.
Yep.
I bet you give no more positive tests. Or that or cheating test. This is it.
But and I think we have a management problem, team specific, because right now only way I start to really get on the NFL is if we get some of the Chiefs players that test positive after that game. But even still, I'm not killing them because they moved the game back. Cam Newton was the only one to test positive, and he tested positive. I want to say Thursday night, like when he tested positive, and they kept checking throughout the week, and constantly were checking all the way up until Monday.
Stephon could have got it from the coaching staff. Could have got him for the Chiefs. Could have got it from a member of. He could have got it from the barista at Starbucks.
Yeah, so it's hard to tell. That's what I'm saying. So you can't. I'm not going to kill the NFL, and some people are coming out, killing the NFL, saying, "Oh, well, y'all just shouldn't have played that game on Monday." And it's hard to when you only have one player, and he had been in contact with so many other players, and it had been 4 days already, and nobody else tests positive. Yeah. Like it's hard to just like say, "Oh yeah, we're just going to move it," when you already have such a weird schedule that you can't really, adjust. So
fun fact. Stephon Gilmore was not one of those in contact with Cam Newton.
He was. Yeah, he was. He was on the plane.
Damn it, Dad, y'all don't have me sounding bad on my own podcast.
Yeah, he was.
Can't stand that guy.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to see how it plays out, but I'm not killing the NFL. I'm killing management of teams. And the LA Raiders, you suck. The Tennessee Titans, you suck. Y'all need to get it under control because y'all are messing it up for the rest of us, specifically my fantasy team, because if Derrick Henry doesn't play again this week, I'm going to be screwed. So get it under control. I will say I am proud of my Dallas Cowboys for one reason and one reason only. They have done a great job managing COVID-19 here in the DFW, where we are one of the
they're having a good job of? Managing this fucking football team. God damn it. That's what we haven't done. Look, shit. I'll be 4-0 and have 15 cases of COVID right now. I'd be happy with that. I'd be like, well, you know what? Shit happened. We're 4-0. But no, we're 1-3 with no cases of COVID. So I don't give a fuck about her managing. See, I blame myself that time. I see. Myself. Yeah. I don't care about managing COVID. Jordan, so this is what I'm going to do. No, I'm taking over the subject. I'm taking over myself. Be quiet. All right, Jordan. we got about 10 minutes to do this. 8, really. All right. So we're going to do our first quarter grades for the Cowboys. All right. So I need you to grade the offense, the defense, the special teams, and the coaching. All right. Okay. So what's your first offensive grade?
Offense, B. And here's why. The offense has been explosive. I think that the play calling is different, and I think that Dak is utilizing all of his weapons. I mean, we have 4th and 5th receivers, a tight end who's not known for his catching the ball. And I think that's been great. What has not been great is us being the worst team as far as turnover differential goes right now. We turned over the ball way too much, and that's been one of the biggest killers in our games. And it's weird because this is not something that our offense is used to. Our offense is normally pretty good with holding on to the football. So I don't really know what's going on. So I want to see that get under control. But outside of the turnovers, it's fun to watch. We have an explosive offense. We can score very quickly. With crappy field position, Dak is still taking us way up the field and scoring touchdowns, and we're seeing some deep passes now. I want to say, especially in that Cleveland game, we saw them take some legitimate shots down the field again, and that's not something that they were doing early on in the first, I would say, game, in first 2 games.
All right, Jordan. I'm gonna say the defense for last. We're not even gonna talk about that. All right, grade our special teams, Jordan. How's our special teams doing?
Man, and the special teams are the Dallas Cowboys. Like out of nowhere, they'll have this surprising thing that they do that's great, and then they'll be just horribly bad for inexplicable reasons. And there's so many examples you can point to, like the horrible kick at the end of the game last week. You can point to the missed field goals by Zerline, who Greg the Leg. We thought that he was going to come in.
Well, he's only missed one extra point. And he's made missed one field goal.
He missed 2 extra points. He missed 2 extra points. He missed 2 extra points in the same game.
That's okay.
Yeah, after he made a huge field goal to win a game.
Jordan, I know. Harrison Butker, the best kicker in the league, has missed an extra point in every game this season. I'm okay with it, as long as they miss the game winners. All right.
But is
he missing game winners?
Yeah. Can I finish? Okay. So it's part of what I'm saying with the special teams. And that's why I said the special teams is a living representation of who the Cowboys are. So they do great things and they do horrible. You have to give them an F, because I can point to, this mainly the Seattle game. The special teams pretty much single-handedly lost you that game. Like you talk about the missed field goals, and then you had the horrible blunder on when they did the whole thing with Tony Pollard trying to take it out of the end zone and muffing it, and leading to a safety. Like you have moments like that, and but then you look at the other game, the Atlanta game, where special teams winning the game. So, but then again, really not really, because Atlanta just stood there and didn't get the ball. So F.
All right, Jordan, great coaching staff.
Man, I'm not gonna kill our coaching staff. I know some people are out there are really out on Mike McCarthy already, and they're already shipping Mike Nolan off and trying to get us Wade Phillips. I am not one of those. I am.
Yeah. Wait. Shout out to Uncle Wade with the thirst trap invite.
Yeah.
All these bad defenses out here, and I'm just sitting here. One else is like, wait, shit. Like somebody hire Uncle Wade. It's all good.
Yeah. Somebody hire him. Yeah. Great guy. I wish that Jason Garrett never took his job. He literally sabotaged him.
We should just bombard his Twitter page and see we should just bombard his Twitter page and see if we get him on the show.
Let's do it. I would love to have him. Yeah, I know. But I mean,
can you commit to a tweet today?
Huh?
No.
Can I commit to a tweet? Okay. Okay. So with the coaching staff, I will give the coaching staff a B. Just kind of like because overall, I think that the coaching staff itself has done a pretty decent job. They've made adjustments when needed, some a little too late. Like I didn't like that they rolled out Terrence Steele at the beginning of the game last week. Like nobody thought that was a good idea, yet they still did it. Didn't like that they rolled out Darian Thompson out there. Nobody thought that was a good idea and didn't. But you have a offensive line, which is supposed to be one of your strong points, that is completely decimated. And you're having to roll out random guys that you haven't seen play with these new guys. And then you look on the defensive end, we're missing so many key partners on our defensive side that I don't feel like our coaching staff has had, the full arsenal that they're supposed to be working with. Like you've missed linebacker position. That's been one of our worst positions in defense this year. You're rolling out Jalen Smith, who is just bad this year, man. And he looked bad last year. But him and Joe Thomas.
It's so bad for me. It's so bad for me to defend Jalen right now.
Yeah, but you're missing Leighton Vander Esch and you're missing Sean Lee, and I mean you have Cheeto is out, you have Anthony Brown is out.
Jordan, those players, who you pay $80 million? Who you pay $60 million to?
Are you talking about?
You pay Jalen $60 million.
Oh yeah, no that was Byron Jones money that they wasted.
Yeah, I'm saying So I'm a hard on. Yeah. You got paid. You get paid. You get blamed. All right.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not killing the coaching staff, because that's not a coaching issue. That was they didn't give you the tools to be successful. Cool. So I want let's give them some time.
What is your grade for the defense? I'm sorry. Come on.
Okay, defense. Man, this defense has been bad. And I am going to eat my words here, because I came on talking about how I was so excited for this pass rush, and we had all these weapons that we're going to be getting after the football for the first time ever, and they rolled out this same kind of nonsense. Everson Griffin has been bad. DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm not going to say he's been bad, but he hasn't been. He's making pass rusher money, and he's not a pass rusher. That's an issue.
Everson Griffin? We got him on a deal.
I'm talking DeMarcus Lawrence.
Oh, man, DeMarcus. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, and then you look at, man, Alden Smith's been the only bright spot in that, but he's only one man. He can only do so much. Tyrone Crawford, we could have saved $8 million by cutting his sorry self. He barely even gets on the field. It's not pretty, like on the defensive line. Like I said, I'm not going to kill the linebacker position because we're missing the guys who would be in to fill in for the crap that we have out there right now. Jalen Smith was a waste of money. Shouldn't have paid him. And our secondary, Trayvon Diggs has looked good, but everybody else is bad. So I'm going to give the defense D, only because I do think that the turnovers are a big issue, but they also haven't been able to get turnovers on their own. So, and they just let anybody score. And I'm still mad about them allowing the Seahawks to get that 4th and 3 last week, and that could have won the Cowboys game. So, yeah, D for me.
So Jordan left me with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to talk about this. But that's enough time. All right, Jordan, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give our offense a C-. No, I'm going to give them a D. I was going to C-, but I got a D, all right? The reason I'm giving them a D is, all right, first 2 games, you had slow starts. Last 2 games, you've had some momentum going, but the fumbles. Like, I'm tired of seeing turnovers, interceptions, fumbles, all that stuff. Dak throws an interception in that Seattle game that he was driving down the ball, give Seattle another possession when they already up 1, right? We could have had the lead going to halftime. We're down 8 going into the second half, all right? Last week, Dak fumbles. I know you like Myles Garrett, but a part of the offense is the offensive line, all right? They got to get that block on Myles Garrett. They got to have Zeke's got to get a better move. Zeke can't just try to dive at him. Zeke's got to beat him at the point of attack and blow his ass up like he did at Ohio State. The receivers have been decent, right? But they haven't been there early. I want to see Dak get Michael Gallup more involved, especially in the stretch game. Yeah. I want to see them take CD deep like they did last week, which I feel like they're unveiling it. This is why this preseason was so important. This is why I'm not a component of letting them go to preseason. Because we had a preseason, we knew that this defense was dog shit before the season. Oh, my bad. I'm not talking about defense. Or yet. I'm not talking about them yet. All right. Special teams. You're getting the fucking F. You know how you're getting F? Because I love John Bones Jones. But if I see Tony Pollard run another ball 5 yards out of the end zone, Jordan, you watch the game with me this Sunday. You see how mad I was. Tony Pollard, if it's 5 yards in the zone, just take the 25, because you get to the 20. You get to the 21. You're not getting to the 30. If you get to 30, 35, 40 every time, or at least 2 times out of 10, I'd be like, okay, cool. But you're not. You're not even getting to 25. just let the ball. Just go like this. I don't want the ball. Cool. All right. I like Greg the leg signing. I feel like he's still just a normal kicker in the league, so I can't do that. Our punter, average. But he hasn't been getting okay. One thing you had to say, our punter has not been getting a lot of work because either we fumble the ball away, or we throw the ball away,
or we score a
touchdown. So look, we ain't punting too much, all right? So our punter's been average, so I haven't get him. That's a good thing. When it comes to coaching, I don't know. Like I was when it came to this offseason, I was huge on the hire of a coach like Mike McCarthy. I wanted Eric Bieniemy because I felt like he was better off doing something with this team. But like with the Cowboys, when you have Super Bowl intentions, you got to hire a coach that is going to bring that same aspect. But like one thing I'm not seeing from McCarthy right now, and I feel like it's worse than what Jason Garrett did. Like he ain't clapping on the sideline. He's just standing there. Like every time they go to Mike McCarthy on the sideline, he just stand there. So I'm gonna have to give him an F. Like Mike Nolan doesn't look like he's making any adjustments. And then plus he can dial him up to make 2 stops, but he can't dial him up to make 3. All right. And his defense. If there was a fucking Z grade, I would give it to him because I'm seeing a lot of guys that like really Jordan. To be honest with you, I see one guy that want to compete. That's Trayvon Diggs. All right. Maybe a couple of these young safeties, these older safeties like Worley and I know they're hurt and I know they don't have the facilities to like no. But like we're paying Jalen $64 million. We're playing DeMarcus $100-some million. Like Everson Griffin. I see why Minnesota let you walk because you're scaring me. Now, Mike Nolan, this is a factor of Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan, I know you'll listen to our podcast, but if it just somehow gets to your ear, let them put their hands in the ground. They already said they don't like standing up.
Yeah.
Let these boys, like DeMarcus, like you had two guys that were beasts with their hands in the ground. All right? Let them play. Let's let them play the way they want to play. Tristan Hill, look, I can't be with Marcus Spears on what he said on ESPN saying Tristan Hill don't want to play. Maybe Dontari Poe, but I think Tristan Hill's been a bright spot because I was already mad when he drafted him last year. But Tristan Hill's been good in the run game. But we have to be able to stop somebody.
Yeah.
And we have to stop having stupid penalties. So that's why I got to get the defense and the coach in F because, like, penalties or defense are killing us. We're getting 3rd and 5s, 1st and 5th, 1st and 20s, and we're still giving up first down because we do something stupid like a helmet, or we do something stupid like a defensive holding. Or I understand you're getting beat pulling somebody's jersey, passing friends. I'm okay with that. I've always been a component of that. But, like, yeah. So we can hope we do this next quarter because I'm not going to talk about the Cowboys a lot. Hopefully, there's a lot more sports keeps in the game because Cowboys is making me fucking impressed. Hopefully, if we lose to Giants this week, I'm just done. I'm done. But guys, thank you for listening to this week's show. I want to shout out to our wonderful, I keep saying producer, engineer. Well, she's our engineer producer. We'll call both of them. Aaron Bird. All right, Aaron Bird for making it sound lovely today. I want to thank Oni Music for helping us with our intro and outro music. Hey guys, early vote in Texas starts October 13th. That is next week. Next week, we also have Kelly Johnson from the Daily Grind podcast. Please tune in. We can't wait. She's one of the interviews. We have a podcast drop with her next week that we recorded her a couple weeks ago. So listen to some of our shows. We'll have her on here. She's a Wisconsin girl. So we're going to definitely have her on the pod. And hey, look, vote, guys. Vote.
Go vote.
Vote. Early voting. Vote early. You don't have to worry about being in the line of polls. But Jordan, do the thing.